Hey guys.
Bang.
Bang.
You're dead.
Oh no.
No. Welcome to the second half
Welcome to the second half of
Bang's Story Snark.
Character Snark. Character Snark story mode. They're different. Yeah. This one's coming out a little bit late because California's on fire right now.
Yeah, it's made it... The air quality is not great, so...
Yeah, well, there's a lot that's not great right now.
We were outside for a decent part of yesterday, so it left our throats a little...
Lungs.
Yeah, Josh is really susceptible to it.
Yeah, as it turns out. So, last week we did the true end. We're going to do both of the normal ends this week. It's not going to be particularly long, I don't think, but we will see. It'll probably still be a good-sized, episode.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where these actually come or go, rather. But I think I'm just going to click this one and hope that it's the right one. This should be versus Tager, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that the first fight?
That should be the first fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
A serious matter.
And this is BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. This is Character Snark. We've already said that. This is part 2. Part 1 is in the other video from last week.
And even then, wouldn't this be part 3 because we did Bang in arcade mode as well? Or are we counting that as different, not a part?
I'm sorry, I'm moving the mic around. Hold on. We consider those as being different things.
Okay.
They're both Character Snark, but this one's Character Snark Story. And that one's Character Snark Arcade. There's a difference.
So it's like this is part 2 of the sequel, I guess.
There's just Bang creepily in the corner. Yeah, so the story up until this point was that Bang is basically part of a country that was massacred, and he's just being a creep to Lychee. That's his whole
shogun or whatever was slain by Jean. We know that specifically. And we didn't encounter him at all in the first ending.
No, we did not.
And also, no one ever informed Bang of what the hell was going on, so he was stumbling into fights with big name characters and being like, what the fuck is this? Get away from the girl I like. And that was just it the whole time.
Yeah, and Lychee just kept saying, quit making me the girl you like.
Yeah, well, she constantly chases after a giant blob full of bugs, because she likes him better.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, more like she just wants to save a human being that got turned into a blob of bugs.
He's less like a blob of bugs and more like a garbage bag full of goo.
Yeah. Well, in any case, Bang thinks that's his romantic rival, and also Tager, kind of.
Tager, I don't think, is actually Lychee's.
Yeah, no, like
he's like Lychee's dad.
Bang kind of assumes that that's what's going on here, is that people are just moving in on his woman. Something
like that, anyway, yeah.
I'm waiting for it to turn out that, like, Jean's not in this at all. Although Bang is the first person you fight in Jean's story mode.
Yeah.
And it straight up is just, hey, you killed my ninja master, and I'm gonna kill you, and... Well, actually, Bang probably wouldn't have killed him.
I like that even when we win, Bang looks like he lost.
I suppose I was a
well,
little too
do you
hot,
think you would come out of a fight with Tager with all of your, like, wits about you? Like, how do you go up against that and not come out a complete fucking wreck?
The man's arms are the size of Bang, like each of them individually.
And possibly made out of car engines. For
they
look
like they might be.
Miss Lychee is
like, even if you win, that is an endurance battle that you will not win.
Yeah, this continues rather to be just exactly the same as it was last week.
Alright, so you're just going down the path of wins that you have to win.
Wait. Yes.
I've lost track of Miss Lychee.
So, we didn't fight Lychee at all, did we?
Nope.
No, okay.
And I don't think we're gonna.
I think it would be great if she just kicks his ass. Like, just down one of these paths, she just gets really fed up and just personally kicks his ass.
Yeah, that would be a really nice twist.
I think he would like it a little bit. I don't think it would discourage him at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would either.
I forgot we were
the second guy you fight in every single ending is Ragna. Ragna is always someone that you fight, and you always win against Ragna for all of these endings.
I completely forgot. That should be a bigger deal than it is.
It should be, but it's not treated as being a particularly big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's weird.
It's just part of how Bang's almost a joke character. It's like, oh, here's the main character who everyone's trying to get, and super plotty. It's like, yeah, I'll beat him, and then I'm gonna walk away and go look at this girl.
Yeah. It's also pointed out, like, I'm trying to think if it's even pointed out in here, but I'm pretty sure it is, that Ragna is, like, actively losing this fight on purpose so Bang will go away.
Yeah. He doesn't want to draw attention to himself either, because he is extremely wanted by the most extremely police you'll ever see.
Yeah.
He's also the brother of the man that killed his ninja father or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever's going on with that, yeah.
Which,
oh, fuck. I
to be
really
fair,
hope he doesn't beat me here.
It's impossible to tell that they're
Oh,
related.
shit. that was a bad match.
Oh. Well, we're getting one of the non-essential lose snippets.
Yeah. He says
Thud.
Know who you're dealing with before
I forgot
you
he
pick a
does
fight.
that.
Waiter, this gentleman said he'd cover my
Oh.
tab. Thanks for the meal.
Oh no!
This was a happy ending after all, because someone pays for Ragna's lunch.
Grave obera. There we go. Okay, so let's do this already.
I've lost track of it, miss.
How dare Ragna use us for free food?
That's fine with me, because some of that free food usually ends up with Tao.
Probably.
And she's earned it. She probably earned it. She's not even here right now, and I assume that there's a reason you should be feeding her. Which I think is just true of cats in general. Like,
Probably.
Like, I'm not the kind of person who feeds feral cats because I don't want to, like, pay for food for cats that I don't own. But, like, I definitely relate to, like, the little old ladies who will go down to the canal and, like, just put a garbage bag full of cat food down there.
Right?
It's like, you're not supposed to, because feral cats aren't always a good thing.
Oh, they're
but, like,
super mean all the time, usually.
But, like, they're cats, and they just deserve to be happy. Just like all of us.
Oh, damn it.
Well, you're still winning. He's slowly draining. Will it
Yeah,
leave
it
him
won't
on?
actually kill him.
Oh, okay.
So he'll survive with a single pixel, and he just can't do it. The big things anymore that he could. Like, he doesn't get any of his boosts.
Yeah, well, that's fair. You can't just lose automatically.
The residents of Katutsuchi can now sleep in peace. I am now one step closer.
So
to the
he does
reconstruction
not,
of the
like,
Eldar.
turn him in.
No, he doesn't remember to turn him in for money.
I could just fly to my dear Miss Lychee.
He's just,
I
he
am
immediately
the
just
wind
has to
of
think about
love
boobs
storm.
again.
Passion with
Yeah.
legs to my
He's
beloved.
passion with legs.
Gross.
And takes off, and Ragna's like,
Seriously,
fucking
it's exhausting to deal with
asshole.
an idiot like that.
He just walks
Jeez, it's
away.
never easy
He's not even
pretending
hurt.
to lose.
Yeah, there it is. Ragna literally pretends to lose.
Oh,
So we come into
that must
this,
be
and
my
it's like,
beautiful Miss
This is
Lychee
where the
awakening.
branches start?
after this.
Okay, yeah, there was a
So we-
question we were getting.
Yeah, we always beat Tager, we always beat Ragna, and we always beat Arakune for all
Okay.
of these endings. I'm assuming if we lose to Arakune, by the way, he just eats us. I don't think Arakune really cares.
If we lose to Arakune, he marries our beloved Lychee, and they go off and have a beautiful family together.
Of gross trash bags.
Or humans with trash bag qualities. You
You
don't
don't
know?
want to meet a human with the qualities of a trash bag. It sounds like something someone would say
like-
about, like, me.
No. You are not a trash bag.
No, but it sounds like some kind of an insult someone would use.
I mean, more like, what if they have kids and they're like half human and half this thing? So, like, they've got, like, the power to turn into this. Or maybe they're human, but then their face is the mask face. Or their hair is
maybe.
Arakune goo. or they're like human from the waist up, and they're like the weird skeleton bug that he is on the inside, like from the waist down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lychee and Arcune have kids, and they're just a bunch of like driders.
Yeah.
The world is at peace and all is right. It's all thanks to my
I just realized, is that a giant fetus in the background?
I think that's actually a giant statue, and it's holding something. Although it could just be like a giant statue of a fetus.
If it's a statue, yeah, it would be upside down holding something. But that looks like an eye and a tiny hand, and it's not very well formed.
Like
so
you could say that, but I think what it actually might be is that it's like a broken down version of. I think there's a statue in the library background that looks like that.
It doesn't quite
But
look like this.
it's like a shittier version of it. Like maybe it was an older version or a version that got corroded over time or something, and they just moved it to the sewer.
They just flushed it down the toilet.
Something like that, yeah.
Love with me because of my excellent performance.
Nope. Denied.
Okay, so this is where the first actual big like change is. Initially, it was cool off a bit and gently confess to Lychee. This time, we're just going to say take advantage of the situation and passionately confess.
It's politely hit on girl or loudly hit on girl.
Yeah.
Well, she's angry either way.
We're going to loudly hit on girl.
Miss Lychee!
Oh, damn. He doesn't hold back.
No, not in the slightest. It's Bang Shishigami. He's not going to hold back.
He really shouldn't be shaking that fist, though. Like, holding up his fist in a fighting stance as he says this. Like,
Yeah.
I know he's enthusiastic, but this is not going to get her.
No, not at all.
I know they wouldn't have, like, done, like, a kneeling down or something, but really? This was the best they got?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just he's just that awkward.
I like that when we started doing things with this, we weren't sure if they had ever had any interaction prior to, but it's become more and more clear as time's gone on that, yeah, they have some small amount of interaction that we just never see in this game.
Kind of assume that he just watches through her windows.
Or something like that. And clearly Lychee knows who he is because her response is, I think you're a good man.
Maybe she's seen him like adopt random crazy children. And cats, yes. And like beat up bad people.
This affection mutual?
That's the most weird way to say it, dude.
He's gonna phrase it like a weirdo.
Yes, let's stay good friends.
Damn.
Anyway, the problem is that I wonder where he disappeared to. I thought I had finally found him, but I let him
I expected her to be way angrier at him for this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you beat up Arcune and let him get away. But it's like, no, she's interpreting it as you happened to find me and tried to save me from a bag full of bugs. Thank you.
Yeah, but like honestly, this behavior, like it's kind of implied he's been doing this a while.
Possibly.
And if we know that they've interacted directly, like she's probably had to deal with this particular sort of love confession before.
Yeah, maybe.
Like she either has an incredible amount of patience or she's just completely oblivious because there's no reason not to be mad.
Yeah.
It could be that she's just playing like a masterful game of friend zone. Like she's just keeping a perfect face the whole time and doing it on purpose.
Bang, are you there?
Don't want to feel bad for him because
I don't really feel bad for him.
I just want him to find happiness elsewhere.
Yeah.
Have I made an irreversible mistake?
Yes.
I have lost all will to go on. What am I supposed to do now?
Aww. Maybe if you had a tiny animal that could hang out with hers, she'd, want to spend more time with you. Get like a cat to live in your hair.
Just Tao sits on his shoulders all the time.
Hello? Oh my.
This is
No
just
reaction whatsoever.
this is just friendzone.jpg.
Something like that. I feel look at him. This large man with a nail on his back.
He needs to be careful with that thing.
I
Bent over like this, if he moves weird, he might like hit her in the knees.
There's I swear to God, in one of the
I don't have time
songs
for this.
for
I
him
need
that
to
I was
find it
using for the
now.
art stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is just the one that plays when he goes into his super mode.
Mm-hmm.
There's lyrics to that. And if you translate some of them, part of the lyrics are singing about his nail. And
Okay.
it's like the man with the 55-inch nail on his back. And I'm just like, that
That
doesn't
like,
sound correct.
is
It
that
might have been
an
55 centimeters, not
Yeah, I don't-
inches.
I don't
Because, like,
know.
55 inches sounds like it's got to be off. But
Well, a foot is 12 inches, so 5 feet is 60 inches. So it's a little under 5
yeah,
feet.
you know what? Maybe
He's
it is
a big
inches, then.
man.
That's weird.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
I have no purpose in life anymore. I'm as meaningless as the
Like a
dust in the
5-foot
wind.
nail on his back.
Yeah,
Pathetic,
for some
pathetic,
reason.
Pathetic.
He's really beating himself up now.
Just
Maybe she just didn't like the shoulder pads. Maybe you should put a normal shirt on.
no, I think his chances of finding a woman go down if he puts a shirt on.
You think it's better if he leaves them on? Maybe just get rid of the sleeves altogether.
Honestly, I like the composition of how this works for his stuff going on.
Alright.
Like the form of the shoulder pads balances
watch
out the weird gauntlet thingies, but it's like even if he wore a shirt, the first thing he would be doing while going up to a new lady and trying to get a date would just be showing off his abs.
Yeah. It sounds like he just ran into Ragna again.
Maybe.
I'm sorry. You're Jin
Oh,
Kisaragi.
fuck.
But it wasn't. It was Jean.
Revenge time.
Standing in front of me is the man I've sworn revenge on. He's pretending like he doesn't even know me, but I've finally caught him. I can't let him get away now.
Get out of my way, or I'll make you regret it.
He doesn't remember. I don't
No.
think he ever remembers.
Yeah, I don't think he ever remembers anyone.
That was
but
an
But
average-
Ragna, and that's it.
You.
Yeah.
He doesn't even remember
Don't
Noel.
tell me you
Or
already
Noel.
forgot how I
Sorry.
got
Yeah,
this scar
that was
on
an
my face.
average just day at work for him, with all the murder
Yeah.
and fire
Scar?
and ice on
I don't
fire.
know what the hell
All
you're
that
talking
flaming
about.
ice.
Do I know you?
And the face scars.
It's like he's murdered or angered like a million ninjas. He does not give a shit.
Jean's eyes are as cold and expressionless as ice. There's no sign of panic in them. Does he really not remember
If
me?
you have forgotten, I'll have to make you remember. You killed my lord.
He's
left a scar on
wandering
my face,
around here
and put
looking
the
for
people of
Ragna,
Ikaruga
who we
I
have
think
already
he's,
run into.
He might be going from one place to another. He's probably on his way to, like, the library.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Ikaruga?
I kind of wish that there was
Oh,
like a path
Ikaruga.
where Ragna just
So what
hangs
is
out with
this?
Bang, and then
Revenge?
this
I have
happens.
no time to deal with
Yeah,
your
kinda.
idiocy.
Just like Ragna's just they're like, hey, this guy says you killed his friend or whatever, and Jean's like, I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna kill you, brother. And then they do this shit while Bang just watches and is like, well, what
No,
about me?
I think he's going from one place to another, and he's like, okay, I gotta go fight Ragna now. And then he bumps into this guy, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you instead. Does he feel no guilt for what he's done? Master, I never forgot your teachings. Don't blame the person, blame the evil. Not even for a moment, but please forgive me. I must break my oath now. There can be no justice while this scum is allowed to walk the earth.
You are
So you're gonna
one
break his
person I can
legs?
never forgive.
Yeah, not gonna kill him, just gonna break his legs. Maybe cut off everything from the waist down.
Let us settle the
I
score
wonder if
right
anyone
here.
on the internet
Prepare
ships
yourself.
Jean with lychee just to make Bang extra mad.
I don't know.
You seem
That's just called the
eager to die.
like angry bang ship. There, I don't know. That's a
Maybe.
really You know what? Actually, adding his name to any ship is a really bad idea. Now that I think about it, didn't occur to me, but.
His name, they had to have picked his name in part because it sounds so weird.
I think
Like,
it's because it sounds so good. He's got a very English name outside of his last name, which is
yeah,
extremely Japanese.
but they would have known
Oh, fuck.
like what the word means when they picked
Well,
it
yeah,
because they would have looked it up.
obviously.
So it's like, oh, this would probably go good in puns somewhere.
Well, it's a really good trope to in Japanese to use English words that have particular meanings, especially in Justice characters. So things like light and hope and bang and punch.
Interesting that they would like interpret like heroic characters with English.
Yeah, well, we do the same thing with Japanese names sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's just because we're weeaboos, though.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of partially Westabooism, but not quite.
I don't know if that's completely it.
It's interesting. It's a weird system.
Because we're not talking about weird fans doing things. We're talking about people going through and making something that they publish.
Yeah.
So you'd think there would be a little more stuff going on to why that's like a cultural trope they use.
You'd think so, but I really don't know. Like, it could just be that the whole action genre is an American thing. Is kind of a big
Possibly.
like opinion that a lot of people have overseas. It could just be a part
It's
of that.
very possible because most American action movies make up the bulk of their budget back in like overseas in like China and Russia
well,
and
particularly China, not so much Japan, but in Japan they still like American
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, apparently Russia really likes some of our CG stuff.
Japan kind of likes a lot of the movies that wind up looking cornier and shittier over here, like
Campy stuff.
Yeah. Japan still has like a huge place in its heart for Waterworld.
I love
for instance.
Waterworld.
I know you do, but in general in the US, Waterworld didn't do super well, and people don't remember it very well. But in Japan, even in like Universal Studios in Japan, they still have a live show for Waterworld.
I've seen that live show. I saw that before I saw the movie, and it did not impress me. But then I saw the movie, and I was like, shit, I love this.
Nightmare?
Yeah,
No.
I know.
This is reality.
Yeah.
Fall.
Have you also noticed that in a lot of anime they will associate German words with villains and edgelords?
Yep.
Do you think that's related in any way?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they're
have
getting
no
some sort
idea.
of really goth as hell German media.
Maybe. My hate for this man isn't going to fade anytime soon, but he's one of the library's dogs. Before I take revenge for my country and people, should I see what he knows? What should I do? How can I avenge my master?
So I'm guessing this is where the important branch between the other two endings is?
Oh, yeah. So this one is going to be the first option, which is, don't think this over. I'll make you feel my rage.
He just shouts, I loved Miss Lychee at him and then beats the shit out of him.
The second one is, now you will tell me everything you know about the NOL, and I don't think Gene's going to agree to that, to be honest.
No, he's just gonna walk away and be like, I hate having to pretend to lose to assholes.
Yeah, so we're going with the first ending, which is literally just kill Gene.
How can I
So-
call myself loyal
Because
without
we're just gonna
avenging
kill
the death of
Gene.
my lord? I'll make
Is this
sure you
gonna
regret
end with
that you
Bang
were ever
going
born.
down into like a villainous path?
It seems like it, right? Like, this is very non-hero of justice of him, so he's either going to become an anti-hero or a villain.
Yeah, he changes his scarf from like red to black.
Taste the iron fist of justice. Repent
Yeah.
for your sins.
Oh no!
That
Just
Blair.
drive the nail
You don't
right
have
through
an
his
ounce of
guts.
remorse, do you? All right. Here comes an iron fist of. Did I just hear a crack?
That was the sound of ice
What
doing
is it?
things.
Did I lose control?
Oh no!
Yeah, like it's the particular the ice car shattering shit. Like ice always
Yeah.
sounds different from regular things.
Yeah. So he lost control of his sword, I guess.
What is this
I guess
piercing
because
cold?
his
What the hell
energy's
is
low
happening
now
here?
or something.
That's because he's being beaten to death.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't do something, this entire area is going to be frozen. What should I do? I need help, but who can I ask?
Major,
Okay.
what have you done?
No, you're mistaken.
I mean,
I
she
didn't do it.
is going out of her way to find him. So if suddenly it gets really
Yeah.
cold, she should run through the
Yeah,
cold.
and we know for a fact that she kind of patrols around in this area during all of the other storylines trying
Yeah,
to find
that's
him.
true.
This isn't good. It doesn't matter how I try to explain it. I'm still going to look like the villain here.
You assaulted an officer, dude.
I can tell from her eyes that she's totally misread the situation. She suspects
What do
me.
you mean by you're mistaken?
At least she asks instead of just assuming he's a murderer, which he is.
One of the survivors of
Sort of.
Ikaruga? Are you here to repay the Major's kindness for ending the Civil War with resentment?
Huh.
Okay.
Revisionist history
yeah.
being taught in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
academy.
Which is weird because Jean and Noelle were both academy students at the same time.
He was an upperclassman.
He was an upperclassman, but that would have only been a difference of like a year.
Yeah, so not
And-
revisionist history, just propaganda, just regular style.
On the off chance that you forgot, it was pointed out during her storyline that they both left the academy at the same time
Oh, that's true.
to become soldiers at the same time, I think.
So it's just propaganda.
Yeah, something like that.
That or Bang is just
No,
extra
he's
weird and
truly
has
my
his own
enemy.
narrative for things that happen differently.
I don't know, the way that we've seen things through Bang's eyes, it feels like he's honestly very correct. If at the very least, the dialogue that some of the other characters have been using is correct, then Bang is the right one here.
Yeah, he has
So,
minions who
you did
also
do this to me,
survived, and they
I'm
have
Lieutenant
generally
Noelle
the
Vermillion.
same
You're under arrest for
recount of things
involuntary
that he
entry in the
does.
name of the
Yeah.
Novus Orbis Librarium.
That's what it stands
I guess
for.
I
We
have no
forgot what
choice.
NOL stood for. For a
Me
while.
too. Yeah, we did.
It's just Latin, so it doesn't click in my brain.
Yeah.
The wheel of fate is turning.
So, I guess we're gonna beat the crap out of Noelle.
There's no you have to lose options in these
Nope.
branches, huh?
Nope, all of these options are winning.
He's
Bang
just
doesn't
a
have a
drunk
loss.
guy sleeping it off in the... Oh, he's got one shoe. It's just some drunk homeless
Is
guy.
it?
Yeah,
I
over...
didn't even notice him. Oh yeah,
he's
I see
got
him.
like the drunk tumbler nose, or I think that's what I was saying.
Are we sure he's homeless though? He might just be a guy who's
Missing a shoe.
drunkenly like sleeping off a shoe. Yeah.
Sleeping off a shoe. I mean, he could be.
Yeah, he looks like he might just be drunk.
One or the other. And there's just a dog
Just dog
person.
people. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh crap!
But
I think
it's-
she's actually gonna beat me. She's doing a real good amount of damage to Bang actually.
It's some guy playing a mandolin, and that dog person dressed as Star Fox just sort of hanging out.
Yeah.
Next to this dude who's sleeping off a drunk.
At least I won't be.
I mean, these are randomized when they show up, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, I think they have a specific setup that they
looks like I
always
won.
wind up putting out
Oh.
for
You
different
come to
times
your
of day.
senses.
That might be it.
And now you look like the extra bad guy, Bang.
Just hear me out. I'm no demon. I'm not trying to.
Pang
kill
might
either
be
of
a demon. We
you.
can't
You
prove
don't
he's
belong to
not.
that hateful library. It's true that this man, Jin Kisaragi, is my lord's archenemy.
Why
He
did it
deserved
stop
to
being
die
frozen?
100 times over.
Because Jean probably escaped.
However,
He just crawled
Or
away.
passed
Laura
out.
and
I
I
don't
will
know.
leave the world blind.
Slithered off.
If I kill him, that will only plant
Well,
the
if he
seed for
passes
more
out, wouldn't
vengeance.
his control over the
vicious
sword be
cycle.
even lower?
You'd think so.
I fought him
I mean,
one-on-one
I
and
don't think
showed
it
him his
has to be,
sins.
like,
I didn't want him to
controlled while
forget
he's
what he had
sleeping
done.
normally, but if he's already having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sin of ending lives. That's certainly something that should never be forgotten.
She's just sort of like, oh, you got a point.
Noelle's super susceptible to anyone telling her anything. I
Oh, yeah,
think.
she's hella gullible.
Yeah.
But I
You
mean,
seem to
she also
understand what I'm
has,
saying.
like, no memory past
must
a
be one
certain
of the
point
nice
and
ones.
seems to just
I can almost
follow
sense the purity of
orders
the girls of
and be a
Ikaruga.
weird brainwash baby.
Yeah.
Then why did you freeze Major Kisaragi?
I didn't freeze him. Bank doesn't have that power. You just fought him. He's got a railroad spike on his back, and that's
That's
it.
where you are misunderstood.
And
I didn't
really
freeze him.
weird
It's
glove
this man's weapon
thingies.
that suddenly unleashed a gust
Yeah.
of freezing air.
Yuki Anasa did? I see.
Oh, the
can see
known
that
and
happening.
named
I
ice
understand
sword
this.
that I know about did an ice thing?
Yuki Anasa's icy road's life. If we don't do something
Huh.
right now, the Major will...
Like, is it different from regular ice that can kill you?
I guess it's like vampire ice.
Oh, what the fuck?
This girl needs my help. How can I turn her down and still call myself a man of Ikaruga?
So all I have to do is melt this ice, huh?
Sit on him.
I'm Bang Shishigami, the top ninja of Ikaruga. I'm an expert when it comes to fire techniques.
Is
I
he?
can melt this
I-
ice cube in a second.
I guess most of his punches have fires on them. So
Yeah,
maybe...
but those aren't just effects. Kind of
No,
like how
maybe he's actually doing fire damage.
Fire
Yeah.
technique.
he like narrates
Quickly then,
himself and
Please
stuff.
save the major.
Or maybe he's just saying this because it's a ninja thing to have fire technique.
Or so he impresses this girl and she doesn't arrest him.
She clasps her hands together as if in prayer. There's no turning back for me now.
All right, you can count on me. Just take a few steps back so I can get started.
She's gonna light Jean on
Secret
fire. It's a
technique.
win-win
Crimson
situation.
Hell.
Yeah, he pulls back and Jean's just an emaciated corpse on the ground. There's still ice in places, like...
Yo, to, sha, ke, jin, retsu, sai.
He just torches. Oh,
Damn it! I lost control of the technique.
he just destroyed everything.
he sneezed fire out.
It's out of control.
He turned it into California. Biggest fires
Yeah,
in history
you know what? Maybe
going
don't
on.
make fun of that. That fire's already eaten a city. Like,
Yeah, but we're in the middle of it.
there's like
And not
a
literally.
lot of deaths.
We're not literally in it, but
You
we're
were the one
between
who asked me
several
to do it in the
fires
first
usually.
place.
Yeah.
Who asked you to surround us with the fire?
Oops. I don't think any excuse will work on this at this
In
point.
that case, I will make you taste my special move.
Gross. Don't tell her that. Don't make her taste anything. Other characters have already remarked that he's kind of
technique,
sweady.
The super strategic escape.
Oh.
I'll
Well,
see you
that
around,
makes sense to
little
be
girl.
a
He just
ninja
ran-
technique.
He just ran away. Jean is still frozen and dying, and now everything's on fire.
It's a win-win for Bang. He is technically in
I'm
an
not
enemy
stopping just
country.
because you asked me to.
And he just, like, killed a guy for revenge reasons. And didn't get
Kinda.
arrested.
He disappeared. Is that also a ninja technique?
Of course it is.
Risky to underestimate the ninja.
Literally,
Wakanda.
like, 90% of ninja techniques should involve disappearing.
Oh, where did this hole come from? There's no avoiding it. I'm a fool.
Didn't quite go as I had imagined. Next time, I'll realize my long-cherished ambition. Please provide me with your
Wait, he fell
protection,
down a
Lord.
hole and onto this cliff?
I don't know. I think it was as he was running, he like stepped in a hole, and this is just later on.
In the past, when people fallen in holes in this setting, they've ended up in Cat Town.
Yeah,
and
they
that
almost
didn't
always
happen.
wind up in Kaka Village. So now with the one that we're gonna do is back up against Jean, if I can remember where that is.
At the end of Sadness.
I think it's that one, yeah?
His two major branches are love and sadness.
Let's see. So I have to go all the way back to the Jean fight. So hopefully
Face the
that's what
iron
this one
fist
is.
of justice.
Nope, this is not the
Repent
Jean
for your
fight.
sins.
So this is after the fight, but is that before the choice?
I think it's after the choice, which means we have to go all the way back to In the Name of Sadness instead, which means that we are going to have to fight Jean again. But that's fine. I'm okay
Yeah.
with this.
It would quick the first time, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, it mostly went quick because Jean's fights, I think, always go fast, but he had me on the ropes for a small portion of that.
Oh.
The
And
Wheel of Fate
I
is
kind of just
turning.
started hitting him with weird off shit to make him take damage.
Heavenly Phoenix! Pulverize
Yeah, I
his
was too
wings.
busy looking at the backgrounds, I guess.
Well, that's alright.
I won't lose to the library.
Yeah, it's the same group of people. Maybe it's just there's a night set and a day set, and that's
Yeah.
why I don't notice them consistently.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's all that it is.
Yeah, makes sense.
Damn it. Boy, Tempest! And drop!
So now I'm gonna just like his attacks do have some fiery effects, but they don't look like they're necessarily literal fire. Well, that one looks pretty literal.
Yeah.
But a bunch of them just look like comic book POW
Do it, you son
A little
symbols,
bit,
a little,
yeah.
like not literally, but they look like they serve that
of
purpose.
impossible.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
So now we come up to this option again. And it's, oh no, what do I do? And it's either we literally kill Jean,
Except we don't, but then we do.
or now you just tell me everything you know.
And then he just starts ranting about his brother.
Yeah, so we're just going to go
I'm
ahead
not
and say, now you
interested
tell
in
us
a
stuff.
Small fish like you. I want the head of the library who ordered
Oh,
the
okay, so
extermination of
he's
Ikaruga,
gonna...
the
He's
source
just
of all that
going
is
to
evil.
assassinate the king or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm interested to find out who runs the library.
Yeah, actually, because we've not seen anything
Confess
other
now.
than
Where is the
like
head of the
characters who
NOL?
are soldiers or characters who are military academy or that one guy in the hat
Yeah.
Why are
who
you
I
wasting my
don't
time?
he was like a
I need to
detective.
find him. I need to
He
find
wasn't
him
really
right now.
involved.
He doesn't seem to be listening to me, or he's pretending not to. I open my mouth to ask him again when...
Ragna is nearby, yet here I am.
And in every possible
Did you just say Ragna? I took
every
him down
possible
for
path
sure.
has him fight Ragnar
Are you
first.
talking about Ragna the Bloodedge?
Yeah.
Grim Reaper?
There's only one Ragna.
No one has ever
There's no
used
way
that
he
name
would lose
before.
to you.
There's only one person with that name in the world.
I'm sure even in real life that's not true. If we looked it up, it'll turn out that there's like a bunch of people named that in some other country.
Yeah. Wait, that man who called himself Ragna wasn't all that strong for someone who's supposed to be the world's most wanted criminal.
That man was the fake Grim Reaper?
He thinks he fought a Ragnar impersonator.
He doesn't respond, but I get the feeling he
I
agrees.
gotta go. For the sake of Kakutsuchi, the civilians of Ikaruga, and Miss Lychee, I've gotta
It's
find
very
him
easily
and take him out
distracted.
once and for all.
Yeah.
Your life has just been spared, Jin Kisaragi. We'll settle this next time. I suggest you be ready for
Why
it.
don't you just take him with you and kill both of them?
Because that would take too much time.
Or just
Randomly
pick him up,
searching
take
for
him
Ragnar
with you, and
seems to have
then,
taken him to a
like, make
strange
them fight each
place.
other.
Anytime somebody just starts randomly looking through this place, they wind up here.
Yeah, I could believe that this place has some sort of weird spatial warping that brings you to
like,
it on
has to be.
accident.
It has to be that if you're wandering aimlessly, or like if you don't generally know where you're going or where you are, you just always wind up here or something.
Some
like
weird
a
Lost
strange
Woods
place.
thing.
something
going
like
on.
that. Yeah,
Is this really
like reverse
Kakutsuchi?
Lost Woods.
Yeah, like you're looking for anything but this, and you will find
If
this.
this is like
Yeah.
Kakutsuchi to you, perhaps a visit to the doctor is in order.
Is it technically not a physical presence in the town?
Maybe it isn't.
Show yourself!
Huh, so it literally is like you get so lost you phase dimensions.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is weird because crows
I
that
already
steal
know
dinner
what
fly
the
in and
lady
out of
is.
here.
Yeah.
How did you gain entrance to my sanctum?
I like that the butler's there already.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to show up this time through like a door in the wall or something like that. He could just literally be here now.
Let's
Well, they're
just kick
having
him
a
out,
tea party or
princess.
whatever.
Potentially.
They're just out in the garden doing Rachel things, and she needs the butler to,
talking swing and
you
a
know,
flying pig?
carry her purse or something.
A talking
Monsters of some
swing.
sort.
What?
He's calling the cat a swing.
Okay, so Nago does shapeshift into things that Rachel sits on, but that's a really bad way to depict it this time.
He's usually like an umbrella.
He turns into a chair.
Yeah. I mean, he could be a chair right now. I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
except that
but,
the
like,
graphics clearly show him just standing there.
yeah, and then Guy is a flying pig.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Like, everybody sees these guys as being completely different things from what they probably are.
Well, Naga's pretty unambiguously a cat most of the time.
Guy's a bat, apparently.
Oh, I didn't expect him to have an actual species.
Yeah, I thought he was actually like a demon
Yeah, like a demon potato.
or something. He looks like a
A
kidney.
talking bat is as
Or
strange as
a
a flying pig.
smoky link.
You must be monsters who bring disorder into the human world.
Anything you don't understand
So-
is a monster.
Yeah,
terribly
I was
bright,
thinking
isn't
that's
that?
like...
I mean,
Does he just assume that there are monsters and they're
So-
bad? Because this is a world with furries in it.
To be honest, though, Nago is like a large, shape-shifting, inanimate object cat, and Guy is a talking bat, but we are looking at, like, Rachel here, who is a vampire.
Yeah.
These characters are monsters, in all fairness.
Yeah, we don't know what the butler is monster-wise.
He's probably a monster of some sort.
He's got rounded ears, which usually indicates a human, but he could be a human with, like, powers that are monstrous.
Yeah, well, we don't know what Rachel's ears look like, so in this setting, maybe
I
vampires
think she
are
does
just
have
rounded ears.
ears that we can see
I
sometimes.
know.
Like it's not always that you'll use pointed ears to indicate a non-human, but like there's nothing about him that's like a tell that would make him non-human. But it could just be this is a disguise and under there's like tentacles.
He could be a vampire. He could be a human being with something else going on. Like he might be a lichen or something like that.
Could be a zombie.
Could be
Probably
a zombie.
not a zombie.
Maybe a zombie. Maybe he's a ghost.
Public
Anyway,
baths are where men go to
apparently
socialize.
Bang is smelly.
I usually wrap up each day by going to the public bath and sharing my point of view with my men. I've never lost a day
Sharing your
alone.
point of view with the bath, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Nevertheless, you really
I'm not gonna say any more about that. That's just, it sounds like an innuendo.
He spends the whole day fighting people. He probably smells like sweat by the end of it. Yeah.
Sweat?
Yeah, it's like I take a bath at the end of the day,
Beyond
not the
all reasonable
beginning.
doubt that I am a hard-working
Like,
man.
maybe he
And the
sweats in
ladies
his
love
sleep
that.
a lot.
I
So
think.
he wakes up smelly after taking the bath at night.
Yeah, but he's clearly not had time to go to the bath yet. That's all I'm trying to
how
say.
you justify your stench is not my
He thinks he's given off a manly musk or whatever. It's like, no, you just smell, dude.
Rachel's like, nah, you just stinky, old man.
I would if I knew where I came from. Besides, without fighting my goddess like the arch-villain Ragnar.
Did
I
you
can't
forget
go
which
home.
plot line you're down, Bang?
Yeah.
You are looking for Ragnar.
That's correct. I, Bang Shishigami, am a vigilante. I must change Miss Lychee's opinion of me by taking down Ragnar, by protecting the peace of Calamity and using the bounty
continues.
Honestly,
destruction
like,
of Ikari.
even if he did beat Ragna and show off to Lychee, I don't think she'd care.
No, I don't think Lychee would honestly care that much
I
at all.
don't see
Yeah,
that
like, she'd
happening.
know who that
A man
is,
such as Ragnar is
but,
so
like,
beyond
she's
me.
got other concerns.
What? How can you be
Yeah.
so sure?
One need only look at you. Defeat Ragnar. You're as likely to blow away the cloud of
Huh.
Seether that covers our world.
We've
I-
heard
I
that
don't know
term
what that is.
before.
Is Seether like ether?
It's some weird boundary shit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Even I could have told you that.
Nago
It's
needs
just
to
not the
talk
kind of
less.
job for a scruffy old man like
Yeah, he
you.
doesn't really say
He
anything
always
relevant.
insults people, but he's not particularly strong. Like, he's just
Well-
writing checks that his butt can't cash.
Well, he's just kind of... Okay, so Rachel literally has two weird henchmen who just sort of huddle
Yeah.
behind her and go,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, boss.
Yeah,
That's just all he's doing.
kinda.
It's just not contributing anything new.
It's like an inverted Jesse, James, and Meowth. It's like you've got one human and then two Meowths, and the Meowths are not particularly good at anything.
Kind of.
Completely agree with you. It's definitely impossible.
I was thinking it's
Like, all the
more like...
competence is in Rachel.
I was thinking it's more like how you'll get like high school bully characters who have like shitty beta bullies that follow them around and it's like, that's
that
right,
too,
don't
yeah.
mess with this guy.
It's like the Bulk and Skull, but they're
By
terrible.
vote of the majority, we have determined.
And she also has like a ghost butler or whatever. We don't know.
It's a majority vote.
What a rude little girl. If you keep that up, I'll have to spank you.
No, Bang.
Okay, in his defense, Bang probably means that in a completely innocent way.
Yeah, but he also is a weirdo who thinks that shouting at women
accept
and
your
smelling
challenge.
bad will win them over.
Yeah.
So like he needs to be told
But
no
I'll educate you
so that
myself.
he learns.
Yeah, maybe.
Whenever you're
And
ready,
she
I'll let you
basically
practice
agrees
some
with
of
me.
your
I just have
moves
to
on me.
teach you to shut the fuck up and go away.
Yeah, except we're gonna have to win this fight, so
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter. She does have rounded ears, I think.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
she
I
does.
can't tell. I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure she does. Yeah, you can kind of see it in her sprite as her hair blows around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the only indication of whether or not someone is like a human or in disguise, but it's one of the easiest ones to look for. Like, oh, is this a human whose ears are kind of weirdly pointed, but only a little? Yeah, that's gonna turn out to be their demon. Shark teeth is an easy tell. After that, you just gotta start, like, looking to see if they're hiding a tail. Yellow eyes, although in an anime setting, any eye color can mean anything or nothing.
you could get it all over the place.
Yeah.
Blonde hair in Japanese settings tend to be like a very common thing for certain kinds of vampires. I've never quite understood that. That's just really common and weird. Okay, I need to not fall for that.
You got lucky there. It looked like George was about to shock you, and he disappeared right as
I actually know my distances for George.
That's pretty good. I mean, whenever we play as Rachel, he's pretty much our #1 attack.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if I landed that.
I didn't realize how low your health was.
Yeah. That's why I was sitting in the corner for a minute.
Dang.
Justice always prevails.
I do recall being told
You just beat up a little girl and you're calling it justice?
Yeah, fair enough.
That's right. But I'll put the spanking on hold this time.
If I'd known I would be getting a lecture,
Like,
I would
even
have given you a taste
if
of real power.
he's 100% innocent about the spanking thing.
Did you say something?
She is not your kid.
Yeah,
She's
that's
not your
true.
kid, it's not your place to spank. Like, you shouldn't spank your kid anyways, but do not spank other people's kids. Holy shit.
So be it.
Yeah.
Good Lord, what a fool. Very well. You have proven yourself.
Yeah, that's
And
a
I
thing
shall
that
reward your
I
determination.
well, not spanking specifically, but I occasionally see, like, people
I
just
couldn't
kind of
refuse
lecturing
anything
kids
that's
that aren't
handed to
their
me
own
on a
kids.
silver
And
platter.
sometimes it's like, yeah,
I'll
don't
gladly
do
accept it.
something incredibly stupid and dangerous. And then other times it's just like people felt the need to just tell kids that aren't in their family, like, some manners shit, and it's like, okay, old lady, go away.
I hope she hands him something dumb.
In Madame Rachel's infinite generosity, she has seen fit to provide you with information on someone.
Oh,
you
she's
are
just
most
doing it to
interested
fuck with
in.
him.
Oh, that's fair, sure.
You're talking about Ragnar, aren't you?
She
Where is
just
he?
wants him to go get
No,
his
sir.
ass
I
kicked.
refer not to Ragnar the Blood Edge, but to the son of a certain Sir Tenjo
Huh.
of Ikaruga.
Oh.
Okay.
Tenjo? My master? The man who was killed by Jin Kisaragi, his son is alive? I must investigate this.
What? The young master is alive. Is this true? If you're kidding around, I'll behead you.
So this is like a Lost
Cut my
Prince
head
sort
off?
of situation.
Oh, good heavens. How terribly barbaric.
I'll bet
Maybe
her
you
head
shouldn't
grows back.
insult Rachel. Like, she's offering to give you free information.
Yeah, but she's all the way over across the
But the
screen away from the
information is
stank,
regrettably
so I hope
whole.
she's safe.
Whatever
Yeah.
details it may have carried are rendered useless by the passage of time. Rest assured,
Huh.
however, that it is of indubitable veracity.
So they know where this guy was spotted at some
Tell me
point.
where that person saw the young master.
Yeah.
I am terribly sorry. That information is not available. All that we, and therefore you, can be sure of is that
Oh,
the
this
son
is
of
just
Sir
say
Tenjo
the
was
thing you
seen
wanna
and
say,
identified
dude.
by the party who supplied us with this information.
He doesn't have shark teeth, by the way.
Does he just have normal person teeth?
Yeah, and with the coat going on the way it does, it goes all the way down. I can't tell if he has a tail.
Interesting.
The young master
So he could be
is
human.
really alive?
Could be there's a zipper in back and you undo it and there's
Maybe.
like a horse
Let's
inside.
dispose of him,
Potentially.
please. Kagetsuchi should be appropriate. I do hope I never have to see him again.
So they didn't really tell
Of
him
course,
anything.
Madam Rachel.
No, not really.
I
Just
shall
that he's
return him to
the
whence
guy
he
they're
came.
talking about is still alive.
Or was last
Potentially.
time anyone mentioned him.
Yeah.
Is this the Ronin guy of Kagetsuchi? Was I dreaming? Yow! This
Do you
doesn't
think
feel
that
like a dream at
the
all.
librarium just
That
allows
means
these guys to have
I
their
gotta
own
get going.
little ninja town?
Well,
Like, do
when
they know
we-
this is
When we
here?
were fighting Noelle talked about going in there and wiping out their entire like country as being a form of quelling a resistance.
Okay.
Or like
yeah.
a civil war, in which case they'd be viewed as refugees of the civil war with their own country. They're allowed to continue existing because they're a member of this country, but they're going to be considered, like lower class citizens.
So the librarian is tooting their own horn about letting these guys live in this little cluster.
They might, yeah.
Which is a decent looking place, honestly.
Hey, it's not as bad as it could be.
At times,
Is this what it looks like from above? Because this is weird as hell.
Yeah, this is a very strange design for this area, considering we've seen it from a distance and it kind of just looks like a tower in the middle of nowhere.
Duty over love.
Do you see how he's referring to her?
Yeah, possible wife.
Very optimistic.
The man of love and justice. Correction. The man of loyalty and faith is about to embark
so
upon another
both
journey.
of the
Goodbye,
things that we just
I'll
did
be
where
back.
we kill or don't kill Jean were down the path where we get friend zoned.
A little bit, yeah.
He's relentless.
I find it really strange that this is down one of the normal paths, which I assume because it's not a true path, it's not... Aw, damn it, it fucking crashed again. Okay, we'll be back in a minute.
See ya.
And we're back.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
This looks like the end.
This might literally... Yeah, it was literally just this.
That was such a fucking weirdly constructed town.
Yeah,
was that just Ronin guy, or was that...
I have no idea.
Was that just some other place entirely he was looking on as he's on his journey?
Maybe. So Bang's at 92%.
Yeah.
That's with all of the endings and then losing only once. So, like, the rest of his percentage must be pretty small, to be honest. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just things where he loses, but Bang is not a person who loses.
Yeah. And then the last two that we still have left to do are Lychee and Carl. So, I don't know which one we're going to do first, but those
Let's
are
just never do Carl.
We have to do Carl in order to unlock the last two characters on this screen.
Speaking of, he did not show up at all during Bang's stuff.
Didn't show up at all during Bang's stuff. Bang might show up in Carl's stuff for all I know, though.
We don't get to see how Bang adopts this horrible baby.
This horrible puppet baby.
Yeah, this baby and his puppet, to which he is the puppet.
So this is our normal verses that we do at the end of everything.
So last time you were Bang, I was Lychee, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want to do... Should we swap who's who?
It's up to you.
Well, you pick who you want to play.
I wanted to play Bang because I wanted to see if I could get... He has... he's got a really weird looking... not a super, but astral heat, and I can't figure out how to get it working. And I've tried on my own multiple times in like training mode, and I'm just you have to select the thing.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
Yeah, I've tried multiple times, and it's like I can never seem to get it to come out. So like I'm hoping that maybe during this fight I can do it, but we'll see.
Well, I decided that thematically for his plots down this road, Jean makes sense.
Yeah, Jean does. So you just Ronald McDonald.
I forgot that's what this one was. Because on the select screen, it looks like 3 different tones of red.
Yeah, so I'm just really intense Bang Shishigami, and you're Ronald goddamn McDonald. Good to know.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Have I ever given our audience my recipe for a good McDonald's?
Probably.
So you get a McChicken. McChickens are like $1, right?
Usually, yeah.
So if you go and use you can tell the guy at the register too, but it's easier to do it through that weird kiosk they do now, and you do add-ons.
I don't know if all McDonald's have those kiosks. I'm just
they
gonna
might not.
say.
They might not yet. Presumably, you could also do it through the McDonald's app that we don't have. But, you can just add stuff to a McChicken or a basic cheeseburger. And, what I do is I get the McChicken and take off the mayonnaise, because who the fuck wants that? And then I forget how to play Jean.
It's fine.
I do, tomato and pickle, and I add cheese, and then I order a hash brown, and when it arrives, I put the hash brown on. And that is still only like a $4 sandwich. That is still cheaper than some of the big sandwiches. And honestly, they don't have a lot of chicken options I'm really into lately that are like full menu items. So I just customize my own.
Yeah.
Josh just gets a shitload of McDoubles.
They're easy and cheap, and I'm nothing if not economical.
Yeah, it's cheap, easy, decent food.
Yeah.
So that's the other trick we're giving you for life hacking your McDonald's. Is just eat McDoubles.
Yeah, eat
They're
food.
a better value than getting like Big Macs and stuff.
Well, they're quality-wise, they're actually not that much better, but like.
Well, no, but for the price.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't played Gene like probably since we started playing this game, and I'm still like doing okay flailing against you.
Yeah, that's because Gene's like the character that you could just flail as and
that's
be
what
fine.
I'm saying. But you want to do an astral feat,
fuck.
right? So you have to have us be tied.
Yeah, well.
I'm just gonna see if I can remember anything. Okay, so it's back to do the ice car. Okay.
Jeez. I'm probably not even gonna land the astral heat, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you the chance.
Okay. I'm just letting you know, like.
Well, I'm gonna ice car. I'm gonna make it hard for
Yeah,
you.
well.
That's not quite
It's
a
a
giant
wolf.
fist.
It's a wolf.
It would be funnier if it was a fist.
No, it's a big wolf. Because he's, when he becomes, what's his face, he's vaguely wolf themed.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn it. Oh, God. No. No, thank you.
Hey, he had, a unique voice clip there. Bang just shouted, "I won't lose to the library."
Yeah. I refuse to lose to the library.
I love Bang's voice clips. He's just so into it all the time. Whoa, was that just a taunt?
Yeah.
Remind me how to taunt?
I got a buff, too. It's L1.
Oh, mine is just Gene being a snot.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the time. Just hit me.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't hit it right. That was it.
Try it.
No, I can't. I don't have the
that's
stuff
true.
anymore. Oh, god damn it. I lost by time up.
I guess.
So here's the thing, right? And I'll show this off in a... Like, you won, by the way. I'll just show this off really quickly on the training mode real quick, yeah. Just real fast, because I did this for Tau, back when we were doing Tau stuff, and I was like, oh, well, it's like really hard. I just really wanted to show off, not Tau, Rachel. I just really wanted to show off Rachel's Astral Heat. I'm going to show you what Bangs looks like, and it's like, try and figure this out. Try to wrap your head around this. I jump up and I do it, right? Well, you have to hit him first. Hold on. Let me just,
you gotta get their
let me just
health
keep
down.
hitting him. Yeah.
Is it that both characters' healths have to be low?
No, just his.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, our advice of just take a cheap thing and customize it doesn't necessarily work at other stores.
No, not necessarily.
If you go to Wendy's, the burgers and chicken sandwiches, the way they come, are pretty much perfect, and you don't want to fuck with them.
First and foremost, the only way to get Bang's Astral Heat out is to jump and do it. It has to be done in the air. And secondly, that's it. So...
You can set the training dummy to jump.
Yeah, right? Like, I think it's an aerial one. I don't think you can do it unless your opponent is actively jumping.
Just make him jump.
Like, I think... I'm just saying, like, it seems like such a strange thing to do it. Like... Oh, no, that's calm level. Yeah. Jumping. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know that's a thing. I was just saying, like, it seems so strange that it's
He's
literally
a jumping character.
he's got an aerial one instead of anything else. And this is what it looks like. But yeah, you have to do it in the air. You can't do it standing. Your opponent has to be jumping for you to hit the astral finish. And it's just like, what the hell? Like,
He's
that's
a
so
jumpy
weird.
guy. He's a ninja. He does that weird nail thing that lets him bounce around.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I feel so strange about that. It's such a weird thing to have to encounter
know.
in the wild.
It's weird. When you're in actual... Oh, are we doing it again?
No. I just wanted to end on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So, what were you saying? Continue.
In games with a jump button other than fighting games, you will just jump for no reason because hell yeah, jumping. And in fighting games, you don't jump. And then I jump around every goddamn where, and you can't hit me.
Yeah, well. So final thoughts?
Weird that we didn't see Carl, but honestly, when we see Carl, I just shout at him, so whatever.
Weird that in this particular picture of Bang on the left-hand side here, because of the way that the background looks, it almost looks like he has a sword on his back instead of his giant nail.
What do you mean? Like, it just kind of looks like his nail.
They tapered the end there so that it kind of looks like the blade of a sword, and then as you follow it back up, the end of the nail and that blip make it look like a hilt in the handle.
Okay, I see it. It's also weird that we don't fight Lychee.
Yeah. I kind of expected that too, but I guess that if you were to have to fight Lychee, Bang would, like, throw down his arms and just get down on the ground and be like, please don't make me fight her.
Or, oh no, don't make her step on me.
Or, yeah, something like that.
I don't know if I want to know his reactions to Lychee fighting him, so it's fine.
Yeah. I think I might go into the gallery real fast as we're ending this so that we have a picture. We'll just go off of the Bang picture. If we can find it. There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for Bang.
I'm never quite sure how his ponytail is constructed.
It's kind of just a bun in the back, I think.
Is it a bun?
Yeah.
Because normally it just looks like a
bun.
big puff.
Well, it's like a messy bun.
It's super messy because depending on the angle and the artist having done it, like, it looks completely different from one post to the next.
We'll talk about that later. Any other final thoughts about the actual, like, storyline and everything?
No, I still like Bang, but I like it when he fails too.
Yeah, it's a little bit more funny when Bang fails.
Yeah, I definitely have affection for the character just being fun, but, like, if he wins at love, like, it's gonna make it boring.
Yeah. Alright, good night, everybody.
Good night.
つまでも続くずっと前のターンそれくらいハンデだ勝負は始まったばかり叫べ集え今度体燃やし尽くせばバンバンバンバンに魂戦う心焦げつくほどにバンバンバンバンバンに魂消えないほど山砕くほどに信じる心輝く太陽熱く燃え上がれ光を越えたルートなれバーニンバーバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンバンババン今度は4秒で敗北寸前圧倒的なリード覆せるのかガード固めて疑うチャンス冷静に勝利を行う相手が憎みそれがどうした諦めるなんてらしくないぜ手に入れろ描いた勝利何度でも這い上がれパンパンパンパン地盤魂野生の心はち切れるほどにダンダンダンダンダイナマイト魂冷めないかかとちぎれる大地やまない雨に逃げない力惚れる手の中に絶えない闇を打ち砕けスパントラー知らぬが仏のこの仏滅社会混沌渦巻く理想人望長微笑み悲しみ欲望支配者冷徹なまでのほぼ諸行無常それがどうした諦めるなんてらしくないぜ今こそ使えククリポフリンガザバンバンバンバンバンウル魂戦う心焦げつくほどにバンバンバンバンバンウル魂消えないほど山砕くほどに信じる心輝く太陽今掴むために光を越えた竜となれお前のために釘を打てバーニンバー